How's it going, everyone? Oh boy, here we go. Let's get started on this thing and see if we can't make something cool today in some Planet Coaster. I'm trying to get comfortable. I just got home, had some coffee. How's everyone's Sunday morning going? Hope alright. Let's see about getting some reference images. We are going to be working on the parking lot in the Alpine Odyssey here. This is what we worked on last episode, and what I'm going to be doing is, well, I guess coming up with some of the minor details that we'll be able to copy and paste around the whole parking lot area. Hello, Peyton. Oh, it's evening in your country. Well, I'm sorry your weekend is coming to a close, but that's how it is. You have a broken wrist? I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you broke it doing something cool, so at least you have a story for that cast. But yeah, no, we need to come up with parking lot details. You know, some extra parking spot variations. We also need to come up with some lights and other things to just fill out this whole area. And to do that, we're gonna have to use a new tile set here. Playing football? How'd you break a wrist playing? What kind of football? Now, is this European football or American football? Because depending on which, it's cooler. So, I don't know. Alright. Now, these are the tile sets for the current kind of road icons. We need to, one, get these set up a little bit. The non-cool one? Yeah. Okay, well, I don't know. Are you sure you didn't fake the injury there? Because that's all I know about soccer. I definitely fake a lot of that stuff. Let's go find, if I can find the piece. I am terrible when it comes to building live. I am a slow, methodical kind of builder here. I need to realign these to a better grid system. You have a role for the disabled parking sign? I guess. I don't remember exactly who's quite, I don't remember all the suggestions I get and who says them, but I try to incorporate as many as possible. You guys always have some good ideas. Let's go, let's see. Well, playing it with your mates, that'll be, I mean, that's kind of the best way to play any sport, really. Anything else is a little troublesome. If you don't mind, do try and keep chat to English, because I would like to read what you guys are saying. I can't read any other language because I'm an American and we don't learn anything else. So, there we go. Let's do... Okay, so these are the parking spots. I need to make a handicap sign here or something similar, so let's go into the scenery tab, and we're gonna have to use some flat pieces. Oh, thank you, James. I'm glad you think so. Let's bring up handicap parking so I can see what this thing exactly looks like. Hey, Free the Bear, how's it going? Let's go. Okay, so we need a half circle with a guy sitting on it. Yeah, that's definitely what that looks like. I need to pop out chat or something here. I need to rearrange some windows to get this actually a little bit more organized. There we go. Now I can see all the messages. You want to play the game so bad? Well, buy it and play it. You can get it done. It's a great game. By the way, your tutorial playlist only has 2 videos. Yeah, I need to fix that a little bit. We need to get that sorted out. I've been so busy. I have a new job now, and I've been working every weekend, and I'll probably work every weekend for the next month. Oh, your PC can't run it? I'm sorry. I'm getting a new PC soon. Okay, so we need... Okay, that's too big. Now this is going to be a little exaggerated because that's kind of what you come up with here in Planet Coaster. It's kind of the what to expect at this point, really. Let's change this to the blue. So we'll do that. I'm gonna copy this section over. Let's see, this'll probably have to be a bit shorter. In fact, I'm gonna raise this up just so we don't run to the bottom of this. What kind of work do I do? I work in accounting. I have a painting degree and I work in accounting. That is what I do. Kind of wish I had a shorter piece. In fact, I can make this shorter. Since the handicap parking will be more towards the ground floor, I can actually kind of do some different elements here to make some more short pieces as needed. Let's change that angle. I need a 15. Yeah, just something, maybe a 30. No, I work in accounting. I work for a government contractor, and I work with an astronaut. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so that, and slide this down to there. And we can rotate this over and up so we can get the edge. Just like so. That is somewhat proportional. Maybe the head can be raised up a little bit there. Alright, use the half sphere smallest and sink it into the ground for wheels. Let's see. Half sphere. Smallest half sphere. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about okay, maybe there we go. I think this. Talking about like flipping it upside down to where just the top of the dome is sticking out? Like that? Whoa, whoa, that's not a sphere. That's a spheroid. Where's the sphere? I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably end up just using really this to get the rounded element, because I should be able to, as long as I get the degrees somewhat right here. So let's do 30. Just kind of rotate this around. I mean, really doing this kind of stuff in Planet Coasters, not much different than doing pixel art. You have a very limited amount of space to try and convey as much information as possible. So summing it up is the best thing to do. And sometimes a simple solution works. Not always, but it's kind of what you can try. Yeah, this is going to be slightly too big, probably. Yeah, the wheel connects straight into his neck. Sorry, half circle. Oh, okay, I'll take a look into that as well. Let's do something like this, so I can see everything that's going on. Still messing with my desktop setup. I'm not really set up to do streaming a whole lot, so I apologize. I hope sound is okay as well. So let's go there. I wish there was. Let's flip this. You're probably speaking about this. I think this is what SP Ridley has always told me to use as well. Essentially, you can make a pixel out of it. Alright, bring up this so I can see the proportions of everything. Proportions are important. And we need to leave that gap. So we can do that. I think this is what you're talking about. In fact, I could probably just do a 15-degree rotation all the way around. The Ren Fest? Yes, I plan on going to the Ren Festival here in Maryland this year. Always excited to go to one of those. This guy's gonna have some big feet. We can change out his feet to something a little bit more realistic in scale. But maybe it's just Ryan Stiles. It's Ryan Stiles in his big blue shoes. That's what this is. Okay. This detailing out work takes so much time. But it's one of those things I don't want to do in this park for you guys, is try and make it as detailed as I can possibly make it. It's going to be a really long series, but it'll be worth it. Trending 1? I don't know. What do you mean trending 1? Okay, let's go all the way around. I'll have to move this whole section and see if I can't line it up a little bit better. But I wanted to get the sphere at least as smooth as possible first. The bottom of it's a little flat. You must be a bit of a heavy set handicap guy. In here, you just gotta, come on. Rotate this stuff around. If I was smart, I'd probably just use copy and paste, but do this one a little bit at a time. Hello, Joel. How are you? I hope I'm saying your guys' names right. I'm terrible at that. Let's go here. Okay, so this little bit needs change so he can have normal sized feet. That would be good. Yeah, I could totally probably copy and paste this for faster placement. Not going to, though. Let's just flatten out the bottom a little bit because we want to finish the curve everywhere else. Yeah, I think that looks pretty close to a handicap symbol. So we have handicap parking at this point. That'll be pretty nice. We can kind of copy and paste that around. In fact, let's take a look. See how this looks over here. Because I know some of you guys wanted the first floor to have handicap parking. Does it read when I zoom out? It does. That's good. Alright, other than that, we just need to delete these parking spots and replace them with the new ones. We'll keep the road lines there. That's not really hurting anything. And if I can't select the right pieces, that would be great. So I'm getting a new PC soon, so hopefully I'll be able to play this game at an even higher quality than before. Put it on the top floor, make the disabled take the stairs. I don't even have stairs in the parking lot. That's something I want to make as well. I need to make a staircase. I got suggestions to make elevators inside. I want to redo the lettering. I need to run lights in here. I need to run utilities and things like that. You should use racing barriers instead of the cones over here at the toll. I mean, like the racing barriers. Where are you talking about? The parking lot, or are you talking about the toll booth? Because the toll booth, I don't think they would use racing barriers, those plastic ones. But maybe those are more like, for me, around like construction sites or possibly around. Yeah, around racing tracks, I guess. Hello, Owen. So we will move you into place so that the grid can be aligned. And then we can copy and paste you around. In fact, I'm going to make a copy of these things so that the tile set, the tile set will just be around for later. Hello, Tetsuo. Yes, I will be adding cars. In fact, I downloaded one from the workshop a bit ago just to test, to make sure my parking spaces were big enough based on other people's measurements, and they were. So we'll be making cars shortly. So let's get these out there so they're not interfering. And we can now copy and paste this just like this all the way down. Actually, you know, handicap parking always had an extra little gap here because there was always this need to make sure they had plenty of parking room to get in and out, wheelchairs, things like that. So let's do that. Let's build a roof tile. Thank you, Tetsuo. I will be making bus stations. There will be bus stations everywhere. There's going to be one here, 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 and here. All 4 of them are probably going to be different, but they'll eventually connect up. We'll make this into more of a custom bridge. As much as I like the pathing in Planet Coaster, well, I guess sometimes it's a bit of a pain to work out. This is not a accurate bridge across the road. We'll have to make that. Metro tram stations. That's kind of actually what this is over here. So this is the actual entry point for the guests coming into the park. They actually come, they take a tunnel and they walk underground to here and they'll come out. That way they're just not in the roads. Because there's no sidewalks over here. It would just look weird to see everyone walking around. And also I'm going to be using some of these roads for go-karts. Did I place that roof tile piece yet? So I can get a smaller grid here. I'm getting distracted. I keep getting distracted. Okay, so that is placed for sure. Let's... There. Are these slightly off angle? Or is it just my imagination? It's one of those things where it's hard to tell. I'm going to scoot them over. Universal grid. Because the dang tool is still broken. Cool. Yeah, no, the go-karts will look great. I'm just a little worried that they'll go through a little sporadically and not consistently. So it's one of those things where I'm just hoping they kind of function. Should this be at an angle? Probably an angle. Alright, we will, let's see, let's use global. And just keep copying and pasting this down. Dun, dun, dun. And then we can just copy and paste these over. Just like that. Cool. You want gaps in? Yes, you need gaps for wheelchair access. This is the most handicap spots will have extra wide spaces just so the handicap can get in and out of their vehicles a little bit better. And also, they're not generally the best at parking sometimes, so they just give them a little bit extra room. I'm about to put a fine of $250 if someone uses these spots and they're not handicapped. Let's go over here. Make sure you have your tags. Okay. That, and I think this one will do as well. You never seen the extra spaces? Like to the left and right? Huh. They're there. At least a lot of the times. There we go. So yeah, that would be cool. I can make little awnings if you guys want over these things to make it look a little bit more attached to the building garage itself. We also might want to put a few of these inside the parking garage. We also need to come up with a staircase design as well. Hold on. Let's see. Handicap parking space. Here, see? So, at least in the US, a lot of the times, not always, it's not a 100% rule, but there are generally these open spaces marked out so they can get equipment in and out of these cars. So that's why I'm doing it. I guess I could color them white, but yeah. So other than that, so four handicap people can come to the park. That is currently the limit. We'll put more as we go through the rest of the parking lots as well. And also I can think about, I could technically just kind of copy these around. So let's see, where would more fit? I gotta find kind of the straight edge places because that's kind of what we get. Oh boy, that's at an angle. That's gonna bug the crap out of me. We'll have to probably custom fit a lot of these into the certain areas. Alright, let's get some different road things in here. We can do some of this just out here so people kind of enter this garage in somewhat of an orderly fashion. Oh, welcome to the stream, red, white, and blue. I know you were talking about how much you like these, and I like doing them. They're definitely a good way for me to do details that really don't belong in a speed build episode. Compact parking? I mean, they're pretty compact already. Well, I mean, they're basically exactly 12 feet wide. 3 meters. So 3 meters by about 3.5, almost 4 meters long. Maybe even longer than that. They're actually slightly longer than the tile set, so they're probably 4.5 meters long. Let's just make this come to a point, probably, because I can't think of anything else to do with this. Okay. That's fine. And maybe we'll even kind of do a center line. We're going to have to kind of separate these two sides because really they shouldn't be driving down this way at all. So we're going to have to come up with a center line there. So let's grab a new scenery piece. We're going to need something a bit longer to work with just to speed up what we're doing here. Yeah, the time in planning for me is important just because I want things to make at least somewhat sense, if not have a little bit of a story to them as to why they are there. They don't have to be 100% realistic by any means, but as long as in your world there is a reason for it, that's all really anyone can ask for. So 15 degrees. Oh. There we go. Relative axis is actually going to work for me today. What cam? Oh, sorry. I was reading chat delayed and I don't know what you guys were talking about. So we'll go 2. We'll break it in the middle a little bit. So we can get a bit of a curve going. I should put cones here instead? Well, I could. You're right. I mean, it would make sense to have cones, and I probably will put cones and other little barriers there, but I would assume that there would be a lot of painted lines just because of how permanent this structure would be. You wouldn't want cones. I mean, cones can blow around. If a storm blows through, they're going to have to redo it anyways, so I would figure this would be a little bit more of a permanent kind of structure here. Alright, let's grab the other parking spots. Or should these all be handicap? Let's see. We'll have to move things over a little bit and kind of downscale this one. Just to make it all fit, but whoa, we caught some sharks. That's pretty awesome. Angle snap, turn that off. We're gonna have to edit this parking lot just so it matches the curb a little bit there. Though really I could just make the curb match the parking spot and just hide the fact that this is not straight at all because of Planet Coaster's pathing system. What do I really want for the next update? Next update, what I would really want is just more parts. Just give me more parts. Allow me to create more detailed and a variety of things. Really, that's about all I can ask for. I'm gonna manually curve this at this point and spend way too much time getting this detail right because I'm crazy like that. Let's do this, and then we can straighten it out. Yeah, a lot of this pathing can change because it's kind of a placeholder more for me so that I can get the scale of things correct. They're not necessarily set in stone. What do I dislike about the actual game? Well, that's a tough question. Well, there's really no incentive to play career mode in a sense. Because eventually, well, it's a lot of people complain that it's too easy. But I think it's just simply because there's not really any goal to go with it. Like, you can make your own goal and kind of make a park, and you have to deal with the challenges of making it look good while being cost effective. However, at a certain point, it essentially just turns back into sandbox mode. So, really, the differences between the two kind of are negligible after a certain point. Let's turn this off and kind of do something like that. There we go. And yes, pathing. Pathing, it's a trouble. I mean, it took me way too long just to build a simple looking road. And the terrain tool doesn't interact with the pathing very well. That's actually probably the worst thing. Now, since they added no collision on a lot of these things, I kind of wish they would add the same thing with terrain and pathing. Like, I kind of wish you could no collide the terrain into the path. I think that would look best. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to throw in lines and details everywhere, and this might not make any sense. let's set this under the blue so it doesn't stick up over it. And then we can copy this down along here. Need to shorten this one so it doesn't stick out past the end. And yes, mod support. Mod support is another good thing. That would be awesome. Can I continue the StarMade series? I don't know. It's a very time intensive series, that one is. Okay, Mr. Potato. Thanks for stopping by. Let's do this, and we'll just rotate this. Because it looks weird having the two colors bump into each other like that without any sort of divide. Play it on the lowest graphic settings. I mean, my new computer is gonna have. I spent too much money on it. My new computer is going to end up having a 500 gigabyte SSD. It's going to have 2 terabytes worth of just disk space hard drive. It's going to have an Asus 99X motherboard. It's going to have a GTX 1080. It's going to have 64 gigs of RAM and an i7 processor of some kind. I think one of the top of the line ones. So that's going to be my new PC setup. And then I'll be able to actually play City Skylines on the channel, which is pretty exciting. Seems like every time I start to do something in that game, it just doesn't want to let me do it. And no, I can't build a ride cam. I have to make everything kind of flow into each other. If I start i7K, I mean, I would have to look it up exactly which one I got. But the 64 gigs of RAM is so that I can have as many mods as possible for City Skylines, because it takes a lot. Yeah, the game is about building rides, but also you can build what you want. That's I think why a lot of people enjoy Planet Coaster as well. It's very much like City Skylines in that sense. Moving this over because I don't like the way that turned out. It was kind of overlapping the curb too much, and I'm a little limited on space here. So this can just be a double line. Yeah, the buses will actually never go through the parking lot itself. This is all going to be cars. The buses will stay on the bus lanes that are actually around the parking lot because they don't actually need to go on the highway. They have their own connecting route, kind of private only for buses. Okay, Dill Bobs, go for it. Go play some Planet Coaster. It's a great game. Just be sure to stay here for the views. Cool, thanks. There. Just want to make that double, just to make it look a little bit heavier there. It's all about kind of a visual effect for me. Oh, school buses for excursions? I don't think I've ever heard of a school trip to a theme park, but I could be wrong. But I'll be making cars here today. So these are the type of cars I want to look into making. I want to make actual things like this where we have, you know, something from like the late 80s, kind of early 90s cars. Because to me, that's kind of an easier car shape to do. So we'll be making those today as well. And get these into the thing. So I want some sort of sedan. I need some sort of hatchback probably. And we'll recolor these and save some variants. And we'll also get Yeah, maybe a van or two. I know there are a lot of blueprints for cars already, but I want to make my own. Because I like to do things very inefficiently. To my own dismay. Alright, let's rotate this around so we can get our 2 lanes here. Just like that. How long will I be streaming for? I'll be streaming for probably another hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll see though. If things are going really well and you guys really want me to stay, I'm gonna stay for longer. World axis. Center this curve up. And then we can take this into here. Hello, about the 4K part limit, you've only been doing the parking I already probably have over that. No, the parking garage, the buildings themselves with all the parkings inside is 7,000 parts. So if we select this, we have 7,003 parts right now. Which is a little nuts to think about. Then not including any trees. The toll booth is 1,820 parts, so this could actually be uploaded, really. And you guys could do this. Use this thing in your own parks. It's actually really easy to place. So, like, I could upload this. Oh, well, thanks, Red White. What do I call you? You have 1, 2, 3, 4 names. Do I call you Rebel? Do I call you Redneck? Do I call you Red? Do I call you White and Blue? I have no idea, but I'm glad you got into building a little bit. Let's see. Other than that, let's expand this out probably 3 to 4. I'm also I build things very inefficiently as well when it comes to part count. So that's kind of my trouble. Maybe we can do this with a little bit more of a dotted line. Something like that, just so it fades out a little bit better. This curve is really gentle, but there's not much I can do about that because there's going to be another curve here, kind of a no parking area. Yes, Tetsuo, I hope I have that effect. That's kind of what my goal is with this for sure. And congrats again for being featured on the not only Twitter with Planet Coaster with your latest build, and also on the front page of the workshop. It was really good. A little bit of an S-bend here. A curved wall and sinking it in. Well, the curved walls, they are gridlocked, so I won't have as much freedom. I would have to make everything a separate building at that point, and I'd much rather try and keep everything together first. Oh, thanks for the support, Mr. Potato. Da-na-na-na. Let's go over here. Something like that. It looks really weird because it goes wide to short to wide to short here, so I'm gonna mess with this a little bit. It doesn't look quite right. So let's try and copy this exact curve to the other side. And then down a little bit. And over. Like that. No idea. We'll have to fiddle with this a little bit more. You can see also why my I can make a 4-hour build session into a speed build and then really only build 2 items. Kind of my curse in this game. Oh, you're watching Channel 5? Yeah, Channel 5 is pretty cool. I mean, I like that he does do reviews for, you know, the community and things. Those people are kind of always necessary to have, partially for exposure, but a lot of the times the people that actually make them get less so than the person covering it, but that's just kind of how it happens. There's not much a person can do about that. No, thank you, Git. Thanks. This is, I don't know if my attention to detail is crazy per se, but, or if I'm just crazy about detail. Like it's one of those things where, how much time do I want to spend building a road section today? Oh, 10 hours. 10 hours. That's exactly what I wanted. And what you guys might not know is that, like, my normal coaster, or my Planet Coaster series of this, like, when I go in and make something, you know, each episode is actually just an evening of building for me. So I get home from work, and I just go straight into Planet Coaster. So I spent a little too much time than I probably should in this game. Yeah, we'll have to do something here. Seal that off. Are you going to upload this to the channel? Usually I upload the VOD of the stream. I accidentally started this stream, to be honest. I started about 5 minutes earlier than I wanted to. And then I noticed chat was like, oh, hi. You're streaming. You're live. I'm like, oh, I'm live. I didn't know. So it was one of those situations. So we'll paint everywhere else. You should move the dotted line closer to the building so the arrow makes more sense. What dotted line? The dotted line here at the entrance? Like, should I make it closer to the arrow, you mean? Or... I don't quite understand. Sadly, there's a delay, so... I mean, the arrow's pointing basically straight at the line. Yeah. I mean, as long as they cite the person, I'm okay with it. But there have been a few cases where my work has been showcased and not one thing of my name has been mentioned. Those are the annoying ones that I don't really stand for. It's a double entrance, not an entrance and exit. Oh yeah, it's a double entrance. So it goes in. The exit is actually this alleyway here. So you have to go into the garage to leave. There is, and it goes all the way through. One goes straight to the back. So you can get into the other garage that's back here. This is an entrance exit. And then there's just more parking throughout this whole area. Will I be adding a theme park to this at some point? I don't know. Maybe we'll just call this Park World, and we'll just be a giant parking lot. But yes, there will be a giant theme park. Probably the only theme park that I'm ever going to make in Planet Coaster, to be honest. That's like full scale. So because this is just going to take so much time. It's going to be a really long series. And there's a lot to consider when doing it. Just drag this over, move this around. Roll-up gates to the parking garage? That would be hard to kind of do. I understand. Roll-up gates. I don't have anything really small enough that I can roll, unless maybe I just use a scenery here and just let's do a rounded piece. Like, I could, in theory, add a roll-up gate. That's a cool idea. So let's do this. We'll color it kind of almost black. Take it all the way across. And then copy and grab a flat piece. Flip this around. Just so it has that kind of bit sticking out. That would be the gate. Sadly, there's no like chain link or anything like that I could necessarily make. And then we're gonna recolor this a little bit. We're gonna color it just slightly lighter so it stands out. I mean, it's one of those details that you'll only see. You will only see it if you happen to look at this angle. Like that's the thing with Planet Coaster. It's like I can add all these things, but it will only be really for me and you guys. Yeah, and that bar makes sense. We can also use, where is it? I know it's somewhere. Hazard. I want to put some of these as well. There's chain link on the workshop. Again, I don't want to use workshop items, not because they're bad or anything, but simply because this is for me more so, and you guys. So I prefer to kind of do this all myself. Hello, Zion. Welcome from Belgium. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday. Ticket machine at the entrance. The ticket machine is over here. This is actually the tickets. So you pay for your parking ticket here when you enter. And you can leave out this gate as well. So it's all here. See, credit card, cash only. So this is where you pay for your tickets. And we'll label the lot. So like blue lot, green lot, long term, because it has a garage and things. Speed bumps would be cool, or at least those like warning ones. So like, for example, you could not quite have him touch the side of the walls. But you can do things like this. They're not directly speed bumps, but they're more like, they're slightly different. These things are more, they jostle your car just slightly, unlike speed bumps, you know? So you just make a little bit of noise. I don't know what I'm saying half the time. In fact, I'm surprised that I can upload a YouTube video and speak for about 30 minutes coherently at all. So, do I need that thing? No. They're like rumble strips. There! That's the name! Rumble strips! Yes. Thank you. See, this is why I keep you guys around. You guys know things that I don't. And, I mean, could also add these under them. If you think that would look cool. Nah, I think that's just too much. Like I'm getting like too bogged down with parking spots. We need to eventually build a car. Guardrails? Yeah, I need to add guardrails and things. I'm just doing line work, I think, right now. Bus station? Yes, bus station will be here. Let's see. Are there 3 entrance and exit to the car park? There's no pedestrian entrances and exits. I'm going to be adding that this week, probably. No, the next episode should be Tuesday of the park. This is more the live streams I upload on Fridays. So if you guys miss a live stream, generally I will upload it on the Friday after, so you can get caught up before the next stream. But this is only going to be the live stream stuff. We'll be making something new for the episode that I have no idea what to make yet. It's one of those things that I'll decide after work tomorrow, and I'll try and build it within 3 hours. I don't know if I like that. Themed areas? I was thinking, since this is called Alpine Odyssey, and Odyssey is a great journey type of thing, I was thinking about having just different, I guess, ethnic regions. So like Asia, European, maybe even some different time periods, like maybe Baroque. A Baroque part of the pack would be pretty cool. Oh, wow. There's actually 56 of you guys watching. Well, thank you guys for coming by. We've been streaming for an hour. I have been working on these parking spots for an hour. So, tell you what we're going to do is switch it up a little bit and build a car. Let's build a car. I think it's high time you make one of those. So, first things first, deselect that. We're going to go over here. Copy this real quick into a well-lit area. Sink this into the ground just like that. And this is the scale of our car. So we're going to make a couple cars. So buses, why don't you make a monorail and change the track color to match the roads? I was thinking about doing that. That would look really cool. You would get movement, you know, through the bus lanes and things. The problem is the monorail only has a certain radius it can turn. It wouldn't be able to make a lot of these turns. So the monorail wouldn't be able to do this. And it's just kind of a limitation of the track piece itself. But otherwise I would. Sadly, it's just the game limits creativity in really odd ways. So that's just how it works. All right, let's make some classy cars here. Let's just do a classic 2-door style kind of thing. So first things first, I need to lay down a building block so that I can make this all into one piece. Normally, when I do something like this, I would recommend actually having some sort of pedestrian nearby so that you can get the scale a little bit more correct, but I'm basing the scale off the parking spot itself because they're not going to be near people. Alright, Rebel, thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good lunch. I'll get lunch after I'm done streaming. Ford Mustang. No, I don't like Fords. They can found on road dead is what that stands for. No, no, no. Not making one of them. What am I making? I think I'm making a Toyota W10 or something similar. So I want to try and make kind of boxier cars because really that's all I can do. If I try and make a Mustang, maybe a 90s Mustang. What car do I like? My favorite car of all time is a 1969 Cherry Red Firebird. That is the car that I want. If I ever get enough money to get one. It's always been my favorite since probably 10 years old, to be honest. Scenery pieces. I'm getting distracted. Okay. Flat. Get rid of this so I can actually see. What makes the most sense for wheels? I'm thinking this. Well, that's actually still probably too big. That's just too small. And that's just too big. Like I need an in-between piece here, people. Okay, well, I'm making cars, Ben. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to make a car. We can probably put the wheel somewhat into the body and hide the fact that it's so big a little bit. So maybe we should start with the body then. So let's get some panels so we can get the size of this thing somewhat straightened out first. That's just too tall. So 1, a 2, a 3, and then I need a triangular piece here to get the front end. I feel like I'm kind of playing scrap mechanic again at this point. Use one of those orange peaches to make a custom. I don't... Peaches. Let's, Is there a tire piece? Hold on. Tire. No. Unless they spelled it differently. They did. Wow, those are pretty big tires there. That's more for the go-kart. Alright, and we'll rotate this here. I'm just going to box this out first, and then we can figure out how to actually make this look good. But I want to get the scale established, and then everything else. So we'll go to white here, and we'll recolor it. We'll have some colored variations. Maybe this thing should have some flip-up lights, too. If you guys like that kind of thing. So let's get the curve of the hood a little bit better. And raise this body panel up. Like that. Alright. And I'm just really looking for the silhouette. I'm not really doing much else other than that. Scaling feature was added so you can resize. Oh, you'd like to see. I wish a scaling feature would be there. That would be pretty handy. But that'd be hard to do. I just don't know if the engine could do something like that, to be honest. Okay, so we have this side. Let's go back into shapes. Grab another triangle for the back kind of tail light section. And we're going to angle this upwards. Yeah, kind of like that. Global. And out. Like that. That's very much a 90s body shape. You got your tail light kind of going at a different angle compared to the hood. And again, this is just a $2 car, so it's a little bit smaller. It's essentially a compact if you think about it. Alright, so there's that. For the back end, and then the front we can slightly angle it down. That's way too tall. We'll just walk it down a little bit. I feel like I should just get SPR Ridley to make all these for me. He'd be the one to do it. And let's angle these just slightly inwards, if I can get that to rotate the right way. Am I gonna have to use relative axis? Yeah, there we go. Let's, it just needs to be a slight kind of thing. I think that'll look pretty cool. And then we can carry the hood across. Now, should I have flip-up lights on this? I think I should. Flip-up lights are, one, cool, but also practical. Something that I could probably manage. Let's get the angle snap back in here. No, there's not going to be a monorail station where the people come in. It's just not going to work if I do that. And plus, I already did that on my last park. I don't really want to do it again. Okay, and then we can copy this over. Am I using world axis here? And we can then change the angle on this. We'll have to kind of rearrange things, but this should work out. Just like that, and then we can walk this over here, make it flush. Actually, no, this needs to be relative. There we go. This thing is going to look a little weird. When am I going to start building the park? When I am ready to start building the park. There is no real time frame in mind. That's essentially once I get done working on this section here, to be honest. Oh, well, that's not going to be straight if I do that. Let's copy this piece. What color do you guys want this this car to be? Just a classic red? Blue? Because I myself am a fan of red cars. Red, 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 blue. Alright, Zion. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good time eating that pizza. See you in a half an hour, I suppose. I think I need to... Do I need to extend the body out a little bit? Like, something about this is just slightly off. I think I need to extend this out just a hair. The front end just doesn't feel long enough. Red, okay. It looks like people want red. It was kind of a trick question anyways. I'm gonna have a blue variant, but this will be the first one. So the first one will be red. Alright, let's get this up here. Rotate this. Now, since I'm doing a bunch of custom pieces here and I want things to read like a car, I have to have certain lines exposed and certain things overlapping at a interesting way so that I can get, say, the window placed compared to, say, the door and things like that. And I really wish I wouldn't get these weird lines in the car itself. But sadly, the lighting system, I don't think, is quite up to the task still yet. Okay, and that. Make a truck. I'll be making a truck, also a van, and a hatchback, I think. So we'll have a couple variants for our park. So here's the trunk space. Make a Tesla? I don't think I could make something that smooth and nice looking, to be honest. It's a bit of a tall order. Let's try and color some of this. See what it looks like. In fact, we'll just color it all real quick. So red, that's super red. Let's try and make that a little bit more neutral or darker. I don't know what kind of red. What kind of red do you guys want? There's a lot of variants here. That's more like fire engine red. Or actually, not even quite. It's still two. That ain't bad. Window here, we can just make dark. Window here, we can make dark as well. We can make the bumper, I think, black. The grill area. And we'll do the same back here. With the back kind of taillight section. Make an ambulance? I mean, I don't really know why I would need an ambulance. But it could be necessary, I suppose, eventually. This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, I'll be honest with you. I need to make windows as well. Make a tour bus. I might make a bus for the bus station. A type of bus. Of some kind. Let's make those little headlights that I wanted to do. Love me some flip up headlights like this. That'll look cool. My average FPS right now is above 30. On my more detailed things, it kind of drops to say about 20. It's too big. Too big for the headlights, or too big overall. I mean, it's looking a little wide, but also I think it's because it's not quite long enough still. So we're just gonna have to keep kind of slowly expanding the overall width here. Like if I expand this out to there, and then stitch this back together. Should work. Like, really, it's too small. Like, it's too small for the parking spot. But I guess it is, if it's a two-door, then it would be a compact size. So, it might look bigger than needed. I have City Skylines. I do plan on starting that series here over the next few weeks. I'm getting a new PC. And we'll slide this back like so. Just need to come out a little bit more. Let's see. I was thinking about adding lights to this, but maybe not. I think that's just an unneeded detail. Let's do this. Yeah, that's just too wide for tires. And that's just too small. I swear, I just need a piece that's like in between. I mean, like, I could kind of make my own kind of rounded element here by combining a few of these. But it ain't gonna be perfect. Let's color this dark too so it stands out. Nope. Nope, that looks weird. That looks weird. The circle pieces next to these are slightly bigger. You talking about the half circles? Let's see. Or are they slightly bigger? They look pretty much the same. They are literally this thing cut in half. Or maybe not. Let's... No, they are slightly bigger. That's interesting. Try the afterburner? What afterburner? Sci-fi piece. Is that in building or in scenery? Here, I'll just search by type. Cargo canister? No, that's way too big. Engine, ventilation pipes. I just see the engines. I don't see a thing called afterburner. And these are probably way too big if I remember correctly from my sci-fi park days. also think I need to opposite end of the drill. No. That's a bit big. Bit big there. I can find something. Let's see. Anything good in round to use? This is a wagon wheel. No. Cauldron won't work. Once I find it. Ooh. Ooh. I think we might have a winner. The little Reese's cup might win. Okay. Turn it around. See, that's too small now. I like this. Because this body needs to be lowered a little bit. So it needs to come down a little bit, and it will kind of seal the wheel a little bit into it. I actually really like that. So let's try that, and we'll drag this down. Huh? Huh? I think it works. Granted, it's a little wonky, but wonky's good. I kind of wish I could make a wheel well. But really, for using candy pieces to make wheels, I don't think it looks half bad. I'm gonna line these up. Take them across. Oh my goodness, that works! It so works from far away. Okay, we need to have a hubcap though, because right now it looks like it should be on cinder blocks. So let's do that. I should make one with like its wheels stolen. That'd be pretty funny. Okay, so hubcap. What to use for a hubcap? You know, I could really just flip this around and use the center of it. The backside. Can I recolor this? I can't. It's kind of a shame. Let's see, any other type of candy that we could use? Okay, that's too big. That's too big. All of these are too big. This would work almost, but not quite. I don't want to just use another simple shape, because I want to add texture to these. On top of the simple shapes of the pure body, we can use maybe a wagon wheel. Holiday bin. No. There is a new small barrel. This guy? I don't know. I mean, it's the fact that I'm adding wood onto a... I can't recolor it, though. Blue round candy. Let's see here. Oh, that's gonna be way too big. Yeah, way too big. How about pirate ship wheel? Nope. Small. Well, I can have this as the lug nut, which might look cool. Flintstones. Yes, very much like the Flintstones. Ooh, ooh, there's iron wheels. I forgot about these. Or a gear. Let's try a gear. What would a gear look on here? And they spin. He has spinners. Look at that. He's rolling now. That'd be too ridiculous. All right, let's Aren't there tires in the game? See, I thought I saw someone with tires in a build before, but I don't know where they found them. Let's see. Let's maybe cart. Go. Fence. I swear there was go-kart tires that we could place. I just don't know where they are. Can I use... Oh no, I already tried that. Those are the spinners. Keep scrolling through the ever-growing list of possible things. Snowman head is too big. I wish I could use these park bends, because they would work out, I think. Even the pottery is too big? This thing's really small, isn't it? A hat? No. This is the thing, you can get bogged down forever. I know there's lots of cars on the workshop, but I want to make my own. It's more enjoyable for me. Let's, backside of the pottery, maybe? Yeah, but they can't be recolored. Let's go into the building tab and see if there's anything in here. See, the backside of the area light would be pretty cool. So that's an option. Though I don't think you can turn that light off. Let's see. Does that create light for us at nighttime? I hope it doesn't. It doesn't. It looks a little sci-fi though. Need something metallic. I might just have to make my own, use a custom shape. Kind of a shame. Or we can use a combination of icing. No, that's not gonna make spokes. That's too big. This? No, not really. This? That with a combination of... Is there no round one that I could use? I think maybe if I do flip this around the other way. That only is a darker, but it will provide just that little bit. I don't know if that works. Yes, this is the one park that I started not too long ago. We're coming up with car designs for the parking lot. Important task. The chimney, huh? The chimneys are really long, though. Like, you can see just how little room we have to work with. Like, that would technically work if I could just use the very top section of it. But I think that's kind of the compromise we're gonna have to make at this stage in the game. So let's copy that over. I'm gonna have to delete some things so I can actually access it. There we go, and that, and come on. There. Or don't do what I want you to do. Come on. The troubles that I go through for playing a coaster. Confectionery chocolate. Selection. Good. World grids. And slide this over. Color the icing black. Like that. Now I need the chocolate again, please. Oh boy, these things are gonna be a pain to make, I can tell already. Yeah, there's a stack of tires, they're just too big. And they're just too big for the thing, and also, you know, flipping the candies around is technically giving us the width I want, but also they look a little weird. It's a very weird tire design they're using in the 90s. Not many people knew of it. Alright, I want to color this section black as well. And make this not poke through quite as much. And we can delete these. And then just should be able to just copy and paste this around. You can use the back ends of the 2-meter iron pipe. Oh, see, that would have been cool too. Iron pipe, let's see. Oh, I think we might have a winner as well. And then if we color this gray, that's good. No, I like that. So, no, it shouldn't stick out. Oh, it barely sticks out, but it might stick out where we want it, to be honest. It's exactly a 6-meter wide car. But if I layer these correctly, I'm fine with it sticking through. Yeah, no, that'll work. So first things first, let's. Thank you so much for that. That'll look good. Now, if only I could select that. Get rid of that for now. Get rid of this and this one and this one. I have to relayer some things here just to make it look right. I wish the hitboxes were my friend and not my enemy all the time. Please, can I select the candy? No. No. It's iron pipe or bust, apparently. And yeah, now I have an access, you're right. Or axle, right. If I knew car lingo. If only I knew. So we'll center this on here. A little bit down, a little bit over. I'm spending too much time making cars. I am such a weird YouTuber. Alright, and then go back to the scenery, icing it up. I am using Reese cups because Reese cups are one of the best candies. Icing, and we need, ooh, do we want this spoke? This would be a cool spoke to have. Or do we want this spoke? Which one? The star or the dots? Vote now. Can I do that? No, that's too big. Star or the dots? Dot, star, dots. I say the star. Star thing looks interesting. Star, 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 star. Okay, it looks like the stars are gonna have it. And I can actually color it. Nah. We'll keep it light. Cool. So to get this to copy smoothly and effectively, I'm just going to remove the car bits around it. And flip this around, take it to the other side. And over here. Alright, and to do the same, to get the back wheels set, I'll have to kind of edit this around a little bit. Copy and paste is my friend. There we go, we have an axis, or axle. Here's our tires, just slap this on. Like so. That looks like our first car. Color star gray, maybe? It's color gray. It's grayish. Maybe not the most accurate rendition in the world, but I can't spend too much more time on this little section. We need to think about moving on to another car soon. That's car number 1. And you can put these in mass, so I just want to test to see what these look like kind of side by side here. Oh, they're adorable. Yeah, no, that'll end up looking good. As soon as we get some more variants, different colors. I want to add a little bit more detail to this, just so that it can read from farther away. Because really, not many people are going to be looking at the park much closer than this. Like, most people, I don't think, zoom in much more. And I need it to read from about that distance. Thanks, I'm excited to see how this turns out as well. I have no idea. And it's slightly worrisome. So let's get the windows in. The side windows. An antenna? Yeah, an antenna would probably be nice. color this not quite black. So 1 and 2. We'll have to run some poles or something to break this window up, but world axis again. Nah, let's do this the smart way and finish one side first and just copy it over. Even though it's asymmetrical, so it won't work, so I should probably just copy it over now. I could put a spoiler on some of them. That'd be cool. Why didn't that rotate the way I wanted it to? There we go. We need our red. Red again. 3 types: sedan, SUV, and sports. Essentially, yeah. This is going to be the 2-door one. And then we'll have a sedan variant, maybe a hatchback instead of sedan. Because I just like the campy feeling of that a little bit more. Let's see, scenery, shapes, net search for icing. Let's grab this, up it out a little bit, color this black, move it up and then down and over. Yes, Coach Bust will probably be a neat addition. So I'll probably think about adding that. This angle on the front end is going to create a little bit of a problem, but we'll make it work. These are the windows, Alan. Or you're talking about the coach and bus. I don't know. Side mirrors? Side mirrors. You're right. I need some side mirrors. See, without you guys around, I would be so struggling. All right. Handles on the doors? Okay, now we're getting... There's only one door, because it's a single door kind of car. It's not quite proportional to be a single door car, or something's wrong about it that I'm not quite sure, but it'll read. Motorbikes? I don't want to even try and make a motorbike. Maybe it's a 2-door with a small back seat, so it could fit 4 people. It's a 2-door sedan. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. What is a coach or bus? It's a big bus. It's for like tours and people traveling long distances on road. Let's add the lights, or something like lights. I'm not actually going to put workable lights on this. think that would be too much, but I will. Yes, this is for the Alpine Odyssey Park. I will add something where the lights would be. A number plate? Oh my god, just like you guys are just constantly coming up with things. But I do thank you for it. So there is number plate on the front and number plate for the back. We'll raise the one on the back up a little bit. I don't like this. This did not work out for me. Too big? Well, you know, it's one of those things. Oh, all of the editable signs, there's no way. The editable signs are way too big. We go in here. More filters, property, editable text. So the smallest one, I mean, these things are too big. Like, I guess I could get this to work. But there's gonna be ropes, like exhaust. I wanna make sure that's actually level a little bit. Strip lights for backlights. Well, I don't want it to glow. At nighttime, these things need to be off. They shouldn't, you know, not everyone should leave their car lights on, but we can add something back here that looks like lights at all times. Pinstripes, yeah, pinstripes. I got to bring out the natural curve of our box here, and totally highlight how boxy it is. It would be great. Okay, that's too big. Some chain. No, the chains are too big. Let's see. What am I adding on here again? I think I was adding something for lights, right? Let's see. Should it be steam powered? A steam powered car of some kind? If you can't remember, it's time to move on. Yeah, essentially. No, I was adding tail lights of some kind here. I just need to find something that looks small and square that can be recolored red. I'm also looking for an edible sign, maybe, as well. For the exhaust, new road sign pole? Pole. Alright, and down here. Now, do we want dual exhaust? And does this stick out the front end? It kind of does. But you know what? This can be the blinkers at the same time. So we'll have dual exhaust. Dual exhaust and lower fog lights. Straight sci-fi wire for antenna. Oh, you don't want the flagged? The flag giant antenna? That would not work at all. Okay, sci-fi lights. Sci-fi lights. I believe that's in the building tab, right? Sci-fi, sci-fi, sci-fi. No. Is it really in the scenery? Where is it? Curved rope. Nope. Pez for the head and all the lights. Scenery lights for tail lights. Where are... You know, for someone who built a giant sci-fi park, at least partially, I think I'll be able to find these a lot easier. Blowing dust. Chain link, nope. How much is Planet Coaster? Planet Coaster is, I don't know. It's been so long. I bought it such a long time ago. I think it's about 40 to 50 bucks. It was on Steam sale here recently, so you could have gotten it maybe for cheaper too. Can I use a carrot for the antenna? No. Ooh, the back end of a pipe. Favorite video game, just a suggestion would be fun, cool. Yeah, Easter eggs in the park would be pretty cool. That'd be something to look into. I think BC can run a cache. Let's see, 30-ish euro. Yeah. Won a copy a few days ago. Oh, wow, you won a copy? That's great. Congrats on that. I'm at the devs and I never get anything. Okay, let's... Short lamppost. Nope. Tail lights. I think you guys wanted some sort of light in here that was gonna work. Box light. Actually, turn on angle snap probably would be best. Drag that up to there. And to here, we're gonna make these triggerable so they're off. Can I recolor the box? Because that would be nice. Cool, I can. Paid too much for alpha access? Yeah. How much do you think a good PC for this game would cost? Well, my PC, the one that I'm playing on right now, is about a $1,500 PC, and it runs it fairly well. Trigger and trigger. Can I bump this out just a little bit so we don't get that ugly triangle poking through? This might also make it look like a doors here from the side. Get rid of the triangles. I kind of like the layered effect. It looks a little bit more detailed, but I mean, in theory, yeah, you could just do that. Yeah, if you scale down the game as well, like run it at 720p, it increases the performance. I don't bother because I like to use my monitor to its fullest, so that's kind of on me. Totally feels like I'm playing Scrap Mechanic again. There is one last thing I need to do, and that is I need to, one, copy some of the details to the other side, and two, go in and add a bottom little stripe, I think. Let's grab something bigger. I need something like this to break up that bottom of the car. And I think it looks cooler like that. Okay, so time to build the body kit variant, which will be another 1,000 parts, and another 3 hours of working on that. And we'll be done tomorrow around 1 in the morning. Hope you guys are ready for the long haul. I just need to copy the window element a little bit. And then we can move on to car number 2. And it looks like car number 2 will probably be the last car we'll be able to do on camera. So do let me know which one you would like to see first, be that a truck or sedan or van. So let me know. We'll go ahead and make it to the best of our ability. SUV. Jeep. A Jeep. That was not one of the options. A Jeep would be cool though. Really, to make a Jeep, I would just rip the hood off this thing, or the top. Something else, a quad. Yeah, no, not making a quad. It's an SUV, truck, hatchback. Jeep would be cool. Hatchback would be nice. Side skirts. All right. Make a vehicle catalog. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make the full blue book. These things have lost a value since 1980. I can go ahead and tell you that these are probably worth about $1,000. These are little one-door sedan, two-door sedans. A UFO. A UFO car. Sure, fine. I'll build a UFO. Let me just go ahead and, let's see, where is it? Should be here somewhere. Where is it saved at? Do I not have it? It's a little weird. There you go. There's your UFO. We're done. There. Perfect. Never making another ship again. Takes too much time. They're too big. Let's see. There. Maybe this one. There. There you go. We're done. Quickest build I've ever done. Many parts, many time. Yeah, no, the Sidewinder Bar Grill, I really like that build. That was awesome to do. I want to do more things like that in this park. Like more custom stalls instead of just a whole bunch of generic stuff. I'm going to make a color variant first. While I think over... I think the sedan would be the quickest thing to get into. Just because it will kind of be an edit of what we've already kind of made in this car. And I'll be able to kind of copy and paste and move things around real quick. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Get a blue car here. We want a truck. A Ferrari? Oh, that's such a small car. these. Color this the royal blue that we're using. Gonna be some spots that are kind of a pain to recolor, but that's just how it goes. What is that block? What are you? A limousine? A limousine would be cool to make eventually. We'll make the park president's car eventually, and he'll drive in a limo. How about that? An armored limo. So we have a red, blue. Do I need a white variant of this? I feel like I do. Oh, a Panzerkampfwagen, huh? No. You can go see my scrap mechanic build of one. I kind of combined a 3 and a 4. Orange. DeLorean? Yeah, make a DeLorean. Primary colors. You know, we'll do an orange one. If I can find a good color of orange that I like. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Grab all these. Forgot to do the back of the blue car and its lights. Oh, yeah. I need to do that. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I will do that in just a moment. Uh-oh. We got Z fighting. We need to take care of that. Okay, color you orange. Nah. The recolors are just a little time sink thing. But once you do it once, you never have to do it again. So that's why I'm kind of front loading the work. Kind of the best thing to do for Planet Coaster. You want to try and save as much time as possible. Alright. And then we have a spot of red here to fix. If I can just select the triangle, please. And then a spot of red to fix here. Nice, I like that. Yeah, no, I think if you tap X on something, it brings up a advanced move tool. If you tap X again, it'll bring up the rotation variant of it. So how long my stream will be going? I think we'll finish one more car. I don't know how long that's gonna take. But I also have to record 2 things today, so we might not be able to finish the sedan. But the sedan's gonna be an edit of this. It's gonna be a longer, slightly wider version of this, so it shouldn't be too hard, I hope, to do. I need to recolor the back of this. Well, if you have a grid item in that selection, you can press X. It will forever snap to the grid. But if you press X and you can turn angle snap off. I don't know if that's what you're referring to. And this is the blue. All right, so we got some cars. I'm gonna go ahead and place one. Just because I want to. I want to see what this looks like with some cars on the roof. You know, this guy backed in. He's a badass. So he nailed it. 10 out of 10. Oh, that's gonna look so cool. I'm really excited to have that. Once all the parking is done, and there's just gonna be cars everywhere of different shape, size, color. Okay, so we have the 3 Musketeers here. We'll go ahead and just slide them out of the way. Make one take 2 places. What, someone did a terrible parking job? Like, I've actually seen people park like this before. Like, I've legit seen people park like this. Best parking jobs in the world. I can delete that piece. So, like, that's the thing. As long as this is here, I can move them around. So initially, I'll probably keep them poking through, but I'll do a final cleanup once everything is kind of set in stone. So let's grab the original red here. Pull this over. And back onto the parking grid. Slightly above. And we will edit this. We need to make it longer for 1. So let's grab about half of it. And we will just expand this out. Take up the whole parking grid. There we go. So, if you go into the About section of my YouTube channel, you can see my new PC specs that I'll get next week. But currently I have a GTX 750, I have 16 gigs of RAM, and an i5 processor. And I can run Planet Coaster fairly well. So it's not crazily intensive. There are, you know, certain limitations for sure. But as long as you don't go too crazy with it, you'll be fine. How am I going to make it that the NPCs don't enter where the cars are placed? Simply that there's no reason for them to come over here. So if you take a look, there's no rides, there's no food, and the way the pathing works in Planet Coaster is that the guests have a goal in mind, and then they go to a location to fulfill said goal. So if they're thirsty, they go to the closest drink stand. If they're hungry, etc. So if there's nothing over here for them to go to, they won't bother. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Oh no, a pigeon did a poop on my car? Nope, don't see it. So this will be... Let me open up a hatchback real quick so I can kind of at least kind of look at what I'm making here. Hatchback. No. Is it a hatchback? Is that what I'm making? Doesn't feel like it. That's quite what I had in mind. Problem being that this wheel base needs moved. Do a convertible? We can do a convertible. I can just basically cut the roof off on one. So we need to do some edits here to make the back end actually into a sedan back end here. Because this angle is not right anymore. And we need to We need to just get rid of this tire altogether. Or try and select it so we can move it inwards a little bit, because now the wheelbase is just too big. Yeah, I'm making a sedan. Let's see, we have the tire selected on this side, and we have some residual pieces over here selected. So you can go away. And you, and you, and you, you. Oh boy. This shape doesn't want to be deselected, but I think that's fine. This will work out. So this can just come forward again to about there. I know this has turned into a mess of a vehicle, but it will work and totally be functional. Well, functional as a fake prop piece is. I think there. That's a good spot for the wheel to stop. And this won't have that kind of headlight, and this angle needs to be more gentle now. So we'll just pop that up. Switch to world. Yeah, it's not quite as angular. It's a little bit more boxy and rounded. Alright, Sonic, thanks for stopping by. This is a mess? Yeah, it's a mess. We'll fix it, don't worry. I just need to go in and redo some of the body panels. Shouldn't take that long. It's not going to be near as long as originally making the first shape. But even right now, you can tell. Hopefully, if I can copy and paste this well. Come on, why aren't you doing it? Thank you. You can see they're similar, but have a different silhouette going on. And that's what we want for a door. Get in here. Goodbye, RC Twin Project. Thanks for stopping by. Let's get this flipped around. I'm gonna have to use a smaller triangle. Scenes. Where is my triangle piece? Here it is. It is sadly keeping that ugly default green for some reason. I don't know why that's the color they used, but it is. And there we go. We need to straighten this out. World axis again. And drop that into place. There we go. A sports car in mind. I mean, really, the two-door sedan was a little bit sporty, but I don't know. The game is as complicated as you want to make it. You can download basically anything and everything off the workshop at this point, and just build from there if that's what you want to do. But I like to definitely make things more complicated than they probably need to be. I think I can rotate this flat now, since this is a lot more boxy on the front end. Okay, there's that. We'll just copy this over. No, it's a car for more or less just background decoration. It's not for a ride at all. You could probably use it on one though. Let's see about sealing this window off a little bit. It's just too big. An Opel Astra brake. Doesn't really ring a bell. Yeah, I basically play Planet Highway. Welcome to Cities Planet Coaster, Skyline, where I go in and make something totally unrelated to theme parks. But hey, at least we wanted to spend an hour coming up with a wheel design, right? This one's gonna happen a lot quicker. And copy the angle of this as best as possible. Oh, thanks, Alan. I'm glad it's looking pretty good. Planet Coaster would be easier, but I don't think they'll ever really add anything like that. I don't think the engine could really do it. And plus, a lot of these probably have a really high poly count for some reason. And if they do, and they allow scaling, the poly count's going to remain the same. So your FPS is going to suffer a lot if you do that. Nah. We'll leave that for now. I'll put a actual bumper on this one. We have some more room on this. In fact, I think the nose is just a bit long. We need a little bit more of a snub nose on this thing. Oh my god, the sun is blinding me. Just scoot this back a little bit. Go away, sun, you're too bright. The 240SX? Maybe. A little bit. I do like the Nissan 240. It's a really awesome car. If I colored it white, we could call it initial D and then take it for a spin. I think this wheel is too far forward. Ugh. Moving the wheels are a pain, though. Make the edges more rounded. There's no way. There's just no way. Like, I could maybe use... Like, you're asking for a tall order for that kind of stuff. Like, I could use this block to make some rounded elements, but it's just not worth the time. I will be putting a rack on top of it, though. Some sort of bike rack on top, so it looks a little bit more interesting from above. You have this car in Lego. That's pretty cool. I haven't had anything in Lego in so long. Yeah, if you can't afford Planet Coaster, go ahead and just buy Legos. If you can't afford Legos, buy Planet Coaster, because they're expensive too. Alright, so first door handle here, and second door handle right above the second tire. I have to spin this around. Boop and boop. Is that right? Nope, I don't think that's right. Doesn't feel right. Maybe it is. I think it's because the mirror isn't that moved over yet. Okay. Now we get to copy this angle of attack. Cool. Copy this over to get that seal all the way down. Supports between the two doors? Yeah, I'll add that once I do the window, because I have to do the tint window so that it's readable from a distance. So you can see we will add one of these vertical beams. And we'll even add, like I said, I wanted a bike rack. So let's get the main supports of these in here. And we'll think of some scenery items to actually detail that out, so it's just not made up of custom blocks. Because if you overuse this stuff, it can look a little weird. It's best to use some more detail-oriented pieces. I'm gonna slightly angle this in just so we have some more window there. Does the window go farther than the halfway point? Nope. Where's the antenna on these? These actually don't have an antenna generally, but we'll keep one on here just because I think it'll just look cooler if it does have one. There we go. I'm looking at 2-door hatchbacks. I need a 4-door. Does the 4-door have the thing? No. So it's fine. Really, this should be a lot more straight too. It needs to be more boxy out the back, so let's fix that. Okay. And then we'll just rotate it ever so slightly. just so I can get to this angle. Cool. Now, do I have enough leniency to drag this just to the edge a little bit? Don't forget those stickers that people put on their windows, like where they've been and stuff. Gotta have that. If only there was small enough parts to do so. Don't Starve? Don't Starve is a great game. I think I would prefer Don't Starve with friends. Just because it's, Don't Starve is just a really hard game to get into. Because it's actually challenging. At least, unless, you know, you haven't played it in a long time. Some type of glass, so some type of like sunroof or something like that. I mean, with the bike rack on top of here, it would be a little weird, but I guess the bike rack could have been an addition. So if I do something like this and just bring up one of the ends, I can get a little bit of a moonroof there. There you go. I like the idea, so just throw it in there real quick. I'm having a hard time getting comfortable. Okay. Good. I'm glad you like it, Zion. It was a neat idea. So I'll just throw it in there. A campground, possibly? Ooh. I mean, I could. I feel like this isn't right. Anyone else getting that feeling? Let's see. Slightly adjust this. I mean, I need a lot of different cars. Oh, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. I think this is just too far over. And it's preventing me from getting this angle quite right. So we'll take it back a little bit. And then we can copy the angle here. All right. That'll look good. No, I mean, the campground sounds like an awesome idea. Really, I have some dead space up here. And I'll have some dead space over here. I was thinking about making somewhat of a resort-looking place attached to this. But a campground could technically go up in the mountains here. Or we could possibly do a corner out here. Because, I mean, the park, we're not using much space, to be honest. There's still so much room for a park here that it could be possible to add a campground at some point. out. Recolor. Hiking trails? Yeah, hiking trails could be totally a thing. Let's bump this in. Drag this down. I mean, because this car here is kind of a mishmash of the previous car, there's going to be a lot of redundancies in here. So I'm going to have to try and problem solve on the way. But overall, I think this will be a neat little car. Just trying to get this to match up a little bit better. Ah, screw it, we'll just take it all the way in. Okay, need a tile for the license plate area, like before. Also need a tile to be a bit more of the proper bumper, unlike before. This one will be a little bit more gray. Oh, wow, the Elven station? Yeah, no, that was a really fun thing to make. I'm glad you liked it and decided to stick around. So bumper number 1. I'm gonna just drag this back here. This is poking through the tire a little much, so I'll have to edit the back end a little bit, but that'll work. Need a new headlight. Idea to come make Space Center attraction thing where you go and look at rockets and stuff. Shaped like a glass dome. I think, to be honest, sci-fi might be something I want to avoid in this park. I'm still burned out on it from the last one. Not to say it wouldn't look cool, though. Definitely a good idea. Okay. Ooh, a tire at the back, if possible. Let's see. Bump that out a little bit and up. There you go, tire. I need to copy that axle though. so I can get the center. There it is. Log flume ride that takes guests through the mountain. Yep, that could be cool. A sports car. I mean, that's what the two-door sedan's kind of representing, but we can see. Did I make this car? Yeah. We've been making it together here on stream. It's a fun little detail to go through, but I think it's worth it. Like, now, if you're talking about like a luxury sports car, I mean, those get really complicated in terms of shape. And really the boxier vehicles, that's why I'm kind of using 80s, 90s sedans and designs, because they're boxy and kind of easier for me to manage in Planet Coaster. But if this was, say, Scrap Mechanic, it'd be much easier. Alright, Cash, thanks for hanging out. I need to change this back to relative. Oh, thanks, Bipolar Swaxon. I'm glad you think so. And thank you for tipping your hat. We'll drag this back here. And drag this up here. Oh yeah, that's the look. I think we have a winner. Now, to go into the details of the windshield wipers and things like that. I'm not gonna actually do that. I could, but I'm not going to. This here, angle it to match again. Air intakes. Didn't know I was making an airplane or anything with a turbocharger, but in theory I could. Let's adjust this a bit. I don't like how that's stitching together. No, thanks, Still Bobs. I gave it my best. Really, a lot of it's coming up with your guys' ideas and trying to work it into something cool. At least that's what I enjoy about Planet Coaster and doing YouTube. Because otherwise, I don't think I'd be bothering. Kind of a lot of detail otherwise. Okay, bring this in. Now, how far in was that? It kind of poked out. Cool. Rotate this. Well, alright then. Well, I'm glad you're having a good Sunday to be drunk at this hour, but that wasn't nice. Alright, I think that's our little sedan. I need to make these to where they're not on all the time. And I think I'll keep the lights white on this one. They stand out a little bit more. And then we can recolor this to bring some more colors. Now, I want to do something maybe different than blue and orange. I could even make a beaverwood kind of side battling on one. That might be pretty funny to do. Let's do that, actually. Let's go custom. Find a wood texture that I want to use that hopefully doesn't take up the whole freaking car. Like they all will. Great, perfect. Oh yeah. Does this stop at the door? Is that where these stop? I get the feeling they do. Let's see. Do I have a picture of one with wood siding going along it? No. I feel like these aren't big enough either. Drag these down a little bit. Same on this side? Yeah. And we will just rotate this so it covers up that ugly clipping on this side. I don't know why we have it on here. Dark blue for this one? Could be an option. I was thinking a green, to be honest, for the at least the wood paneled one, because that's kind of the more common color that I've seen on these. But we have a dark blue car as well already. Gray. White. Yeah, we'll do a white one, I think. Brown. How about eggshell blue? I think eggshell blue, a white, and a green one. Yeah, like an olive green, you're right. So let's select a whole bunch of this paneling and see what color. Green looks good on here. Ugh. Oh boy, this is gonna be. It's like always this kind of dark, neutral, ugly green color. Let's color it all and see if we like it. A bit more yellowish, you say? Might agree with that, so let's... Something like that? Yeah, I agree. That's... The yellow is what it needed. A pink one? Can you be banned from my channel? I don't know. If it's what you want, no. because that would be giving you what you want. So, funny how that works out. Alright. And these as well. Should be lighter. The problem is the materials. Because the sun's going to reflect this and make it look so bright if I make it lighter. Glow in the dark green. I'm going to have to temporarily delete this while I select all these other roof tiles. Undo. And recolor. Alright, we got these going in here. A lot more panels in this one than the previous car. But that's good, because I think it added a little bit more detail where it was needed. Did I just delete a panel and it didn't affect anything? I think so. Here, I need to undo the beaver wood real quick. I'm gonna select all this remaining red pieces. Are they gonna be on the Steam Workshop? Sure, I'll upload them once the stream's over. I'll upload all the color variants too. So you'll be able to use that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And recolored. I really think this needs to like go all the way down the side. But there's no real shorter, kind of campy looking wood plank that I could use for it. And just like that, I'm gonna rotate this one a little bit more, extend it out, lower it, rotate it. Okay, recolor number 1 complete. That looks as campy as can be. Perfect. I could put things on top too, like cargo. It seems like there's always something that I can add. And eventually it'll become a case of... Can you just stop working on it? You know what I mean? Case. No. Box? No. What is it? I think it's under Western, right? Is the luggage? There we go. Now it's looking the part. And I need rope. You say it's too big, and I say it's perfect. Though the rope's not gonna work. Bag. See, this is the problem. I wish the terms were a little bit more dynamic that I could research here. Because I'm looking for bags. Some type of bags. Look, maybe they're just on a road trip. They're on a road trip. They've come by to hang out in the park. Like in theory too, I could technically flip it over and just have like a couple bags. If you want it to be a little bit smaller of a profile. Like something like that. I just wanted something different than the rest, because the beaver wood siding ones just makes me think of you know, a family on vacation. Just looking for, maybe they get stuck in the sand often. I don't know why they would need a shovel, but they can have one. Let's see, anything else that I think it could use? Straight rope. Let's get some rope in here to tie it down, maybe. Yeah, they're treasure hunting families, so you know they just need. They're out here. Visiting family or something. Going on a treasure hunt. Huh, a trapdoor. Never noticed that before. And it moves. That's going to be annoying if I keep that selected. Okay. Cool. That's exactly what I wanted to have here in the park. Alright, next. Gonna recolor you. I think someone said they wanted, what color were we going with again? Some type of blue, right? Like eggshell blue? Because we already have the dark blue one. Oh god, the Z fighting. Make it stop. Silver? Yep, we'll have a silver one as well. Okay, grab all these. Bop, 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 bop. Sometimes I just feel like Bob Ross. Can you say hi, Hope? Well, hi, Hope. That's about the best I got. I hope it suffice. What else do we got here? We got more blue coming in. Don't want to recolor the doorknobs. Or handles, they're not really knobs. If only there was a bike I could put on top of this one. If only. Fix that. Z fighting. Anything else? I think that one's good. Good. Perfect. Why do you stream on YouTube instead of Twitch? Because my audience is here on YouTube. if I streamed on Twitch, I don't think I would really get anyone watching, to be honest. I mean, I have 13,000 subscribers. Again, thank you guys who do subscribe, and you're awesome. But I definitely don't have that on Twitch. So, I'd much rather reach out to my audience. A trailer for luggage? Oh, boy, now you're just getting intense. But I mean, this is going to be my full detail park, so maybe eventually we can make a trailer for luggage. Well, I'll have to stream again and keep adding details to cars and things of that nature with you guys. Because really, you're coming up with all these ideas. I wouldn't have thought of, like, making all this stuff. Alright, so this one's going to be the gray. We're going to call this one the Gray Ghost. Kind of a really bright silver car. Maybe I'll make an Easter egg and hide the Ghostbusters car in here somewhere. Into the park. We'll do a couple famous kind of recreations. We'll color one of these to be a DeLorean and one of these to be the Ghostbusters. With a whole bunch of lights and sirens. I think that would be pretty fucking hilarious to do. This one I'm gonna have to recolor the lights and bumpers to be black just for contrast sake, because otherwise this whole thing will look a little weird. And it's funny because it's not the first DeLorean I've made on the channel. A fire truck? Maybe, eventually. Why do I swear? I don't know. It's an exclamation mark more so than anything. It's just a word. We lost a window. Let's bring that back. What is going on here? There we go. I colored two of them by mistake. Will I build a hotel? Oh, thanks for the like, Andamix. Maybe. I was thinking about using that as a space filler. I have a hotel somewhere. There is the Gray Ghost right there. So, you guys wanted this to be saved as a blueprint, so you guys can use them in your own towns or parks. Well, I say towns. Oh my goodness, I think I thought I was playing City Skylines for the longest time, it feels like. But I am not. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hide I can hide the post right inside them. And that will make it so I don't have to move them later on. Police guard, employment cart? Yeah, I will add those type of things. I do want to have a pretty good backstage area in the park as well. So a lot of these vehicles are going to be used sporadically throughout. Alright, grab you. Hey, I have to change the grid size every time I go in between buildings. That's a little annoying, but You know, that's Planet Coaster. They have some little weird things with them. There we go. There's the cars. I'll go ahead, save the current selection. There's only 800 parts. I'm gonna save it as blueprint. New blueprint. Let's see, vehicle pack. Sedan on vehicles for a park. There we go. We'll add some tags, other buildings, and scenery. Other scenery. Create. And I will go ahead and upload that to the workshop for you guys. Can I make a motorcycle? Maybe eventually. I do have a few parking spots that would be for bikes like that. So that would be something I would be interested in, sure. There's going to be a lot of vehicle types in here just because I want the variety. Ooh, the music dying down. There you go. There's a sedan vehicle back for you guys. Let's go ahead and paste some of these around. Just so we can see what it would look like. Make a building pack on fire for the fire truck. Well, I mean, people can add fire. Do you need a good PC to run Planet Coaster? You need an okay PC for sure. If you do anything super complicated, your PC requirements will increase. And this guy couldn't park very well. Put some cars in the building. Yeah, I'll put one or two. I want to have all my cars first before I go in and paste them around. This is more of a test phase as well. But let's do this one there. Need to raise it up so the tires aren't completely flat. Oh, I can link that. Here. There you go. Yay for having two monitors, am I right? Okay. So we'll put one car in each floor for now. Because there's still things I need to do with this building, so I don't want to quite fill it up yet. I think there's some reworks to be made. And really, I was half expecting this stream to cover a lot more in terms of filling in the other parking lots. And getting those straightened out, but it feels like this is going to take a lot more time than I really thought it was going to be. Let's go over here, do another red car, I think. Alright. Put some on the road? Maybe. The only problem with about putting them on the road is the fact that they don't move. And so it can look a little weird. Now let's just be sure that I'm not leaving the lights on some of these. No lights? Good. I do like that they kind of glow at night. You can kind of see where the cars are, but they're off. So that'll look pretty cool. Let's get one of these up here. I have a few a little cockeyed. But taking up 2 parking spots, I don't know. I think they would almost get towed out of the park if they did that too much. We'll hide a few in here though. Custom animatronics? Are you talking about, what do you mean by custom animatronics? Because I can't make anything move that isn't in the game moving already. I'm gonna need a lot more color variants as well. Like double. One going up a ramp? Okay. Sounds like a plan. This is actually kind of a test to see if this vehicle ramp is good anyways. Uh-oh. That's gonna be a bit of a trouble. Something. I can't free rotate this any direction because it kind of has... You can make cars move like they're driving? No, there's no way to do that. Like, I can set them there, but they're not going to move at all. Or am I an architect? No. Kind of wish I was. I did take those type of classes back in the day in high school. I've worked with CAD and done some things with it. Like, to get these to be free angled objects to go up a ramp, I have to go in, edit, remove the wooden beam, which won't make this a single piece anymore, which is kind of a shame. But if I save it as a separate blueprint real quick, just as a test, because I don't want to do this too often. And then go in. So once I place this, it's kind of final, which is kind of bad, but we'll see. And then we can just make a red car leaving. Like, oh my goodness, this is like an episode of one of my speed builds summed up in a live stream. And this is all I built. think it's a little frustrating. Test 2. Test 2. The names don't matter. Yes, it is silly. It's 100% silly, but some people wanted to see it. But, like, this building's not even done. So I really shouldn't be doing this, but... There you go. So there's one guy going down the up ramp. But you know what? I'm fine with it being a little silly. I mean, it's silly to make the parking lot anyways. It's completely not functional. There's never gonna be people over here. But it's something I want to do. Anyways, I think that's it for today's stream. Wow, it took so long. But thank you guys so much for all your ideas. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you're interested to see the rest of this park being built, check out. I'm going to be working on it on live streams every week, and then also the one episode a week as well. And we'll see how much detail we can cram in. This has been really fun to talk to you guys. So, thank you for hanging out. And I will see you guys next week and in Tuesday's episode of Planet Coaster. So, till then, see you next time.